So hi everybody, and welcome back into another movie review. Thank you so much for all of the support on this new channel, this new endeavor that I am in. And welcome to 2021. I mean, it started off good, now it's a bit crazy, but we are pushing along nonetheless. Today is another movie review. I'm very excited to talk about this film today because it really just enthralled me. But before we get into that, just a few quick announcements, few things if you guys are not aware, if you're not following me on social media. The first thing is that on Monday, this next Monday, on my main channel, FinaticFilms, I have the first episode of a brand new series called A Professional Conversation With on my channel, debuting on Monday, and I'm interviewing none other than the man. You know him from comicbook.com. He's absolutely fantastic. Brandon Davis from comicbook.com. I sat down with him, 39-minute conversation with him. Talked about everything from his career to the MCU to his best Nova film pitch. If you have not seen that clip on my Twitter, go check it out. It's my favorite part of the entire interview. But that is coming out on Monday, so make sure you go check that out. It's such a fantastic conversation. I was so excited and just so lucky to be able to have that time and be able to talk to him because he's so awesome. He's a great guy. So make sure you go check that out. Secondly, this is the last time I'm going to be in this janky-ass set. I'm going back home. I'm going to be back in front of a set that I've made, that I have. This is the last time you're going to see me on my bed in Washington State, just chilling. And then the last one that I'm so excited about, today, I got my tickets for Sundance. That's right, I am doing Sundance this year because it's virtual this year. So they're virtual screenings. Anyone, if you bought tickets, you can go. You don't have to travel all the way to Sundance and go in person. So I'm doing Sundance this year. I've got my tickets. I'm seeing 11 films over 4 days, maybe 5 days. I think 11 films over, 4 or 5 days. And there's some big ones in there, like Prisoners of Ghostland, which stars Nicolas Cage, and it looks absolutely crazy. There will be reviews coming out during Sundance for those films. Very excited about that. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Big shout out to Zach from Zach Pope. You guys know Zach Pope. He gave me all the information, told me how to do it, helped me through it. I was able to get all 11 films that I wanted to see because, it's first come, first serve. You get a ticket, you get in. I got tickets for all 11 films I wanted to see. So I'm so excited to be going to Sundance. It's going to be absolutely awesome. It's the first film festival I've ever taken part in. And it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm very excited about that. I have some reviews planned out through March, but there weren't a lot because we're still starting to get back into kind of the feature film blockbuster schedule. We're not really there yet. We'll be there more in the summer. But this is a perfect excuse to churn out a bunch of movie reviews. So Sundance is happening. I'm very excited. That's it with all of that. Let's actually talk about the movie we're talking about today. Now, this one was highly anticipated for me. All the great reviews. I was very excited to check this one out. It just came out on Netflix the day I'm recording this, the day before, the day that you're watching this, and that is Pieces of a Woman. Now, I'm going to give a quick warning for you guys. It's a hard movie to watch, and it's very deep and very, it gets dark at times. It's a hard movie to watch. So I'm just going to give you guys that heads up right away. But yeah, so without further ado, I think let's just get right into the synopsis and let's talk about this movie. So, a heartbreaking home birth leaves a woman grappling with the profound emotional fallout, isolated from her partner and family by a chasm of grief. Now, it is starring Vanessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf, and let's just get into the review. I mean, I say this a lot, but I actually truly mean it this time. Hand Vanessa Kirby this Oscar. I truly, and a lot of people have been saying that she's one of the front runners, and I believe that. This is her movie. She is the lead, and she is heartbreaking, emotional. I mean, the performance here is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, she is fantastic. Literally the definition of an Oscar-worthy performance. She is amazing. And then to the side, you've got Shia LaBeouf, who gives a really fantastic performance as well. I wouldn't necessarily say hand Shia the Oscar. Maybe he'll get some buzz for a nomination. I'm not positive about that. There's a lot of really great heavy hitters up for Best Actor this year, but he compliments her well when they're together. When he's on his own, he's also very heartbreaking, very emotional. I mean, you feel the pain in both of these characters. It's absolutely I'm going to say heartbreaking a lot in this review. It's a heartbreaking movie to watch. I mean, it really truly is. And it deals with grief. It deals with getting through grief. It deals with isolating yourself. I mean, it's watching a mother go through grief. Spoiler alert, spoiler warning. Watching a mother go through grief over the death of their child is one of, if not the most heartbreaking things that you can watch in a film. It's absolutely terrible. The other thing that's probably sadder is watching a child go through the grief of the death of a parent at a young age. Jojo Rabbit. Worst scene, but very impactful and powerful. They brought their A game, both. Vanessa Kirby and Shia LaBeouf are absolutely stunning in this film. The rest of the supporting characters, they're good. I don't necessarily have any problems with them. There's some writing issues that I may not really like. I did dock a few points for writing for some things that I didn't really love, but I mean, overall, acting-wise, it's really, really good. And then the direction. I'm not going to try to even say his or her name. I don't even know. I didn't. Okay, let me take a look. I don't want to really screw this up, so let me just take a look. And there's no picture. So the director is fantastic. This is a very beautifully shot film. It's stunning. It really is. It's directed in a way that makes you feel the emotion, and yes, that has to do with the performances, but it's also, there's lingering shots. There's shots set up in certain ways for you to see certain things and not see certain things, and it's just, the direction is magnificent. I think there is a one take at the beginning of the film. It's like the first 10-15 minutes of the film is all at one take, like a one shot, one take thing as we're going through this home birth and eventual passing of the child. And that whole scene is just done so brilliantly, following different characters around, following the midwife around, and then Shia as he runs outside. I mean, it's like the prologue of the movie, basically, and it's done so masterfully. And then, you know, the rest of the movie is so well done. It's just brilliant, and I really, 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 really respected and liked it. And then let's just talk a little bit about the writing. I'm not going to ramble on too much about the writing. The writing overall is really well done. It's very powerful. It's very emotional. There's some decisions made that I wasn't too keen or fond on. I'm not going to get into too much detail about them, but there's some scenes that I'm like, I don't know about that. But overall, the overall writing of the story first is heartbreaking. The main plot is heartbreaking, and then the dialogue, a lot of the dialogue is heartbreaking. I mean, there's a scene where Shia LaBeouf is, he's like knocking on Vanessa Kirby's door, and he's like, please, like, I miss her, their baby, and he just starts sobbing, and it's like, it's those little lines that make it feel real, you know, like the things that we would all feel if we were in that same situation, and I just really enjoyed it. And I also liked how the passage of time was illustrated. I mean, there's, and again, this is a spoiler. I mean, it's not too much to really spoil, but like, I guess, spoiler warning. Shia's character is a construction worker, and he's working on a bridge. And the passage of time is, you see the progression of the bridge being built, and then they pop up the date. And I thought that was very clever to see the passage of time while also having it connect to one of the main characters. I really, really liked that and respected that decision. And here's the overall message of the film, I believe. And I do this in every movie review. I give you what I think the message of the film is. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely off, but it's what I took from the film. So the message that I took from the film is that grief is something that we all have to deal with. But it's dealt with differently from each person. So there's a lot of times in this film where, you know, Shia's character and Vanessa Kirby's mom are trying to help her move on. But that's not the way that she is wants to do it. And she has to find in herself the ways to get past the grief and get to acceptance. And no one can dictate that for anyone. It's how you personally go through that grief. And I thought that was illustrated rather beautifully. And, it just overall, just a really, really, really good film. I really, it's very hard to watch, but as a film, technically it's fantastic. Writing was brilliant, and the performances are stunning. That's pretty much it for the review. Let's get into the point breakdown. Entertainment, 23 out of 25. It's hard to do entertainment with a film like this because it's a very dark film, but the performances kept me locked in. I'm not checking my phone, not checking the time. I was in it, and that was something that I really, really liked. Performances, 20 out of 20. Like I said, the two performances alone carry the entire film. Direction, 10 out of 10. I think the direction was superb. Writing, 8 out of 10. Like I said, I had a few things I wasn't a big fan of, but, it's just how it is. Still 8 out of 10. It's not bad. Emotions, 10 out of 10. It really was a very emotional, heartbreaking movie to watch. Cinematography, 10 out of 10. Again, like I said, beautifully shot. Pacing, 5 out of 5. Rewatchability, 4 out of 5. The only reason I'm doing that is because it's a very hard film to watch, and I will have to get into a certain state of mind to watch it, so it is not the easiest film to rewatch. But over time, I will want to check it out again, and then you got the automatic 5 out of 5 points. So if you do the math, that is 95 out of 100. That is 5 stars on Letterboxd. I really, really did appreciate this movie for what it is. I enjoyed didn't enjoy the performance. They're very hard to watch, but for what it was, and the writing, and it's overall just phenomenally done. It really, truly is. Let me know down below in the comments, guys, what did you think of Pieces of a Woman? It's out on Netflix now. Anyone can go watch it. Make sure you go check it out before the Oscar season, because it's going to get a lot of buzz. I can really, truly feel that and believe that. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that means the absolute world. Again, on Monday, I got a very big video coming out on my main channel, FinaticFilms. Make sure you go check it out, but guys, that's pretty much it. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.